Hey there, everyone. It's time to wake up and get your sleepy heads out of bed because it's time for class again here at Montvale State University. And on your way to class, to pump your heads full of knowledge, we're going to pump your heads full of more knowledge as Christopher Osborne tells you what you might know, what you might not know, and what you might wish we'd never told you about grocery stores. Go Bears! Before the creation of the grocery store, feeding your family was very different from how it is today. In earlier times, hunting was the primary means of acquiring food. After that, it became significantly more convenient with the invention of course, the general store. But Americans cried out for more. Despite their love affair with automobiles, a love affair that was only strengthened with the construction of the Eisenhower Interstate Highway System, general stores were looked at with disdain. Though they are typically limited today to fast food restaurants and certain liquor stores, all stores were once fitted with drive-through windows. These windows were the only means of purchasing from these stores. There was no concept of shopping, only pulling up and giving your order. The goods would be loaded into the trunk of your car in a blind panic, and the next car would be encouraged to advance as quickly as possible. The process involved little stopping. It was not until the late 1960s that a World War II veteran and door-to-door vacuum salesman named Michael Hobson invented a method by which customers could both stop and shop. It was a method that he put into play in eponymous stores. He explained in a 1987 interview,
"The real innovation, I think, was the stopping. See, people always try to give me credit for the shopping, but there were already experimental shops in Europe that my cousin had told me about. These gaudy things lining the Paris streets, full of people walking around and looking for pantyhose or snails or whatever French people buy. No, it was the stopping. That's what people liked, and that's what let us have such a wide variety of items."
The wide variety that Mr. Hobson mentioned was a very specific number. The first Stop and Shops were laid out with machine-like precision, despite being assembled entirely by hand and constructed solely of maple wood. Each of 12 aisles was divided into 12 areas of a single item each, in extremely high quantities. Having a dozen items, or a gross, gave Stop and Shop a massive advantage over competing general stores and convenience stores. Because of this variety, they came to be called grocery stores, Grossery. The spelling would migrate as the years passed, but the name stayed the same. Despite the convenience of stopping, customers' cars were still a concern for Mr. Hobson.
"It was an adjunct to your car, like a dinghy is to an ocean liner, a secondary thing. So we called it a car plus. We had those signs everywhere so people would take them and put them back when they were done. We were a lot more successful with the first part. I couldn't ever get people to pronounce it correctly, though. It's a car plus, not a cart. I lost my damn trademark because people got that wrong." Huh? Yes, I know that word. I went to proper schools. But they're completely different. A cart, you know, those things back in medieval times, those are pulled. They have a horse in the front that into a bag. A car plus is pushed. None of my customers to bags.
Carts were an essential part of the operation of grocery stores for the first decade of their existence. Competitors such as Stop and Save, Stay a While and Shop, and Please Take All the Time You Need to Purchase failed to see the necessity of such things. Their profit margins were drastically diminished by purchasing enough land for customers to drive their cars up and down 12 different aisles. The lines for cash registers at such stores were discounted from traffic jam statistics after only 2 years of operation. This skew in the numbers is a leading cause of the 1973 oil crisis in the United States. All was not perfect at Stop and Shop either. It was still to be several years before the parking lot was invented, so customers would pull over to the side of the road, abandon their vehicles, and walk to the front door of the store, rather than risk missing a single item. Adding the convenience of parking to the convenience of shopping created a combination that disrupted the marketplace. A huge number and variety of pre-grocery food stores were put out of business. and grocery stores make up a significant portion of the American and European gross domestic products to this day. However, Mr. Hobson resisted changing the name.
I think I got letters every week telling me that I should call it the Parkin Shop. One or two of them might have been from board members, too. But I figured it was close enough. It was a matter of pride, maybe, as well. All my competitors, they were naming their stores after themselves. George Shaw, Arthur Demoulas, Clarence Wigley. As if any customer cared what asshole actually owned the place. I didn't go around calling them Hobsons. I was gonna keep them exactly as they were.
Even at the time of this interview, that attitude was a difficult one to justify. The company Amazon, originally Cadabra, was making a splash in the press and in the public with its strategy of selling books over the internet. What few non-grocery food stores remained in the United States were beginning to turn to the internet as well, in order to create a customer experience that out-convenienced the grocery model. Shopping had gone out of style.
I don't think these internet stores are going to work for food. And it's the problem of keeping things fresh that will make it fail. Though, if you really want to know the future, I have discovered a truly marvelous method for keeping food fresh forever. You could sell food by mail order if you wanted. I haven't told anyone yet, and I haven't written it down. But it's simple enough that I'm gonna take the mark.
Mr. Hobson never completed these remarks, as he died of a heart attack in the middle of the interview. I am sad to report that, due to a budgetary error, the student radio club has been shut down. Go Bears.